All right. Hi, this is Atticus, and welcome to the continuation of our Railway Empire 2 look at the Industrial Wonders DLC. We're going to play the second, what I think of as the second scenario. They really don't have an order, I don't think. But if we go to scenarios and if we were flipping through the maps, the first new one from that DLC we would come to is Lower Colorado Basin. So we did it first. And we helped build the Hoover Dam, and we did all right. So now it's time to move on to the Ruhr area of Germany and help grow a big steel and coal industry in that area. The Industrial Miracle. The Ruhr area of the 19th century is a region where the machines roar and the sky is barely visible because of all the chimneys. But before all this came about, the land was still green and the villages small. Construct an effective rail network, develop an efficient steel production, and transform the Ruhr area into a mighty industrial region. Okay, so let's continue. Now, I understand from Just Peter that our dude here, the general, has been, quote, fixed, unquote, and you can no longer cheat with him and lay down track, delete it, and have more money than you started with. And thank goodness that made me so ill. I quit playing the game for a while when I found out about that and realized you could do that. Because to me, that just makes, how many of those super high scores have we seen on the scoreboard that were just people just flat out cheating like crazy. So thanks developers for fixing that. And now, do we want to use the general? We could use the general and have higher revenue on freight and mail and lower track construction costs. We could go with the lady. I don't think it's ever a good choice. We could go with the engineer, who's a very good, well-rounded character, and he gets lower, not quite as great as the general on tracks, but he gets a bonus or a reduction in costs on tunnels and bridges too. And he doesn't really pay much of a penalty because his penalty is just a 5% instead of a 10% bonus on express trains. So he's tempting. The entrepreneur doesn't tempt me at all for this one because this is a city. I've had a look at the first part of this. This is a city building exercise, and she's not even remotely tempting. I'll say so. And Walter, I don't think Walter is ever tempting for anything. In fact, I see. Look at this. We cannot play Walter. And we cannot play Barty, Shiloh, the gangster. So guess who the two people we're going to be playing against in this one? Barty and Walter. Okay, so let's go, let's use the general, just to be different. Okay. Well, different from last one we played. So we'll do manual mode, everything else. We won't be founding any cities. We will be founding rural businesses. We will be buying our way into other regions. And here it says 3.5 million, which is great. No competitors. I know for a fact that is not true. That may be true at the very start, but that is not true. Okay, so let's move on.
The Ruhr area of 19th century Germany is a region where the machines roar and the sky is barely visible because of all the chimneys. But before all this came about, the land was still green and the villages small. People lived from farming, but beneath their feet lay the black gold, coal, the fuel of the future. So, industrious workers rolled up their sleeves and descended into the mines. The Ruhr area was no longer asleep, and a lot of coal was needed. The largest colliery was the Colliery Sulphur-Ein, which was to become known as the most beautiful colliery in the world. But first, workers had to be brought in to keep the wagons of black gold rolling.
Okay, on the research, we get kind of a lesson learned from the Hoover Dam, and also from a message I got on Steam from Blah Razor. This particular one wants you to do something. I think it's with electrical components out here, electric components, and that's way down the line. So if we take our usual tactic of filling in the blanks back here, it's going to take us a long time to get there. So we're going to do a straight line. We're just going to go right down the main track all the way out through here. I think we'll do it until we get to here, and then we'll swing up and get electric components, and then we'll see where we want to go from there. Okay? So that's going to be our research strategy. You can see what we have to do. Simple tasks to start. A little bit of growth in Essen. You can see it's not a big city. And transport some passengers there. Now you can also see that we have everything is red around us, meaning this is the only region we have to work with. These bonuses out here, if you notice, this is like almost 2,000 days from now. 500 days to get to that one. 349 to get to that one. Okay. And we've got a bonus up here. So there's only one bonus immediately available to us. And there's only 2 cities to work with. So guess where our passengers are going to come from? They're going to come from Gelsenkirchen. All right, let's get started. Okay. We've got this set up. Oh, trains, I just want to flip through them. Just to get that indicator off there. We'll wait for 3 stars to do research. All right, now we can get started. Okay, Essen to Gelsenkirchen. Okay, now if you look at the size of these cities, I had a design in mind that I was going to just go nuts. I was going to have separate freight, like 6 tracks and separate freight and passenger lines and all this stuff. And nah. We got to have trains that are relatively full and running all the time. So I think we're going to have that same kind of plain Jane approach we had in Nevada. The difference being, I think here we're going to have Essen be, is it going to be the center of the universe? Not exactly. It's going to sort of be the center of the universe. What we're going to do is, I think one city, one line is going to be our way to go here. I think that's a great way to start when you're first starting with small towns, especially when we only got 2 of them to work with. So let's see if we can't, oh, it's over here. Let's see. Okay, well, we got 283 left side to left side, good deal, double track it. And is it worth it? Yeah, I think we better make the city stations 4 bangers to improve throughput. It's a bit of an investment to get those extra platforms, but I think it's worth it. There we go. And we can go up here and do the same thing. Way up here. And shoot, let's do our Josh lines. Let's go back here. Back here and delete this. And let's run them into the, well, wait a minute. Let's do this first. Have our 4 like that. And then let's run them into the middle too. Because that, on average, kind of gives you the shortest route you don't have a lot of. What in the world? Oh, here it is. Sorry. There it is. Okay. The shortest route going through all this stuff, you don't have as many like coming from way over here going way over there kind of deal. I don't think it makes a big difference, but it makes sense. And it also gives us a nice, easy way to tie in another line from the side if we want to. Gives us a different little prong to attach to, if you will. All right, so we go like that. Like this. All right, we got our main line. One city, one line means we have city to city lines to carry manufactured goods, passengers, and mail. And I think since the passenger thing's going to Essen, we'll start from that end. Well, actually, we'll start from both ends. We'll have an automatic line with the Saxon with a couple of trains starting at that end, and we'll have an automatic line with a couple of trains starting at that end. Okay. And then we're going to hook up all of our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available raw materials so that they can go to both cities. We'll definitely do the Essen routes first. So the basic characteristics we'll see is they all have to come out. They only need one platform at the Ruhr station, but all of them have to come out and be able to swing both directions so that they can service either city. And I don't know why I started doing those signals, but I did, so there, we did that. Let's just go ahead and build this whole infrastructure out. And lumber. Okay. And then this, we could run it off of this, or we could come in the back. I think we'll just run it off that. And we've got one more, and while I'm thinking of it, go ahead and put these signals in. Okay. And let's see. Oh, and out the back, we'd like to have all four platforms available back here. You see that scale? It's 0 miles. This is less than a mile. So this scale is even tighter or smaller or whatever you want to call it than the Hoover Dam map was. And I like it. I like the small scale. Really do. Ooh, did I go far enough? I didn't. I had such beautiful straight lines too. Yeah, ruined my masterpiece. And I'll bet you it's just barely too short. I mean, like by not very much. Yeah, see, we were about right there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my word. Okay, let's come out, I guess, the middle ones. Well, I see us going over here. I think we're going to come out these two from this side. This. All right, now supplies. We'll have to have something for the city-to-city line. We can put something up here. And then what I'd really like to do is have supply tower off each of these so that they tend to get supplies away from the main line. All right, that should do it. So we did our city to city. So let's do the Essen one train, one line. 2, 3, 4, and 50 days. I deserves 2, I think. Technically, yeah, it's borderline, but let's give it 2. And I think we let it run for a minute. And at least let that first train get out of there going. And it'll space itself, so let's go. Oh, it's already 2 trains, so never mind. All right, and we'll do the, what is it? Gelsenkirchen in the kind of in the same order. And I don't, you know what? I'm going to go back. I don't know if I put milk on this line. Tell you what else. So I can tell what's going on. We'll go in here and call this grain. And we'll call this one beans. And we'll call this one lumber. And potatoes. And then milk. And there's no trains coming there, so we know we didn't add it to the line. All right, then we're going to go to this, the one that starts with potatoes, and we'll name it Essen Raw. All right, good deal. All right. Oh, and we'll modify it and add milk. Doot, doot. And go. All right, and then we'll set up another one. We'll start at someplace. Well, first of all, we're going to have one line that just goes back and forth, grain to Gelsenkirchen, because it's got the beer, right? And it's going to need a lot of it. So we'll go like that. And then we'll set up the Gelsenkirchen line like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, yeah, 65 days, yeah, 2. And go. Oh my, and I think we're done. I don't really want to buy any of the industries, so I think we're done. So go. Got our connection bonus. Now this is a slightly slower design to get started. And you know, we did want to get Essen growing quickly. So there's a little bit of a trade-off here, but these small cities, I just don't want to run a whole bunch of dedicated trains like an Amazon Prime model. And you know, here, look at this. We've already got Essen growing, barely, but we do have it growing. And each thing that comes in will just make it grow a little bit better. So we should be good. Oh. That breakdown, we can't help small breakdowns, but the repairs, I think we want to, I'd like to spread them. I'd like to have repairs kind of everywhere. Oh. And repairs, we'd like to have it 100%. Okay. I think the ideal thing is really to spread them out so that no one place has a train sitting there forever getting repaired. And they all leave at 100%, which means that the next stop, their repair will be very short. And you can run. There we go. So we've got supplies, we've got repairs, we've got city growth, we've got city to city going. Both cities are growing already. We're halfway there on this. All right. Now it's just a matter of watching it until we catch up. There, we got 3 stars. So let's go get less maintenance requirements. And then we'll get the west. As I said, we're just going to mainline it right on out through there. And we'll come back and cherry pick what we want later. Oh, how could you not be growing? I do have beans on it, don't I? Yeah. One of them's at lumber. The other one's going to beans, maybe? Yes. Okay.
There were now enough laborers in Essen to manage the tunnels.
Okay, we finished our passengers. Essen is barely growing. I don't understand why it's so low, given it's got everything but this. Of course, the beans were missing for a while. They're at 80%. But we got, look at this, we're almost there 100% on everything. So we're doing about as well as we could do. A little bit slow. This is a little bit slower approach. I'm trying to spend less money up front and get the full effect anyway. Wow, this is slow. It's very slow. I can get this done in March using Amazon Prime. I also can watch on my entire line. I've tried this. Watch the entire line lose money. The entire company lose money. Speak of the devil. Like that.
Glück auf!
Okay.
The Zollverein colliery was born.
Oh, they gave us, they gave us bonuses for completing that. Let's go out here and get some more research. We picked up the Fork Nose Express train, irrelevant. This one's a freight, 4086, and we're running 48. No, we'll keep running the Saxon. Okay. And now, what do we got? Gain either west or east. And we've got 2 tasks, and we got enough. Should have enough money. We're going to go west.
Without iron, there would be no steel, and
And
without
east.
steel, there would be no industry. Oberhausen was soon to become a center of steel production. Rich iron deposits were found near the city. First of all, mines had to be built there and the iron ore extracted. The foundation of the Zollverein colliery was the start signal. Collieries were also springing up in other cities because a lot of coke was needed to fire the blast furnaces.
Okay, so I had to look up what a colliery was. It's not a term I use very often, even though I grew up in one. Well, I was born in one. A colliery is a coal mine and all its related buildings. And when I say I grew up in one, I was born in West Virginia. My father was a coal miner, and we lived in a coal town, the 16 tons, and what do you get? The whole bit. And I've told you this before, I'm sure. And the town was called Laredo. And sure enough, I guess I've seen a colliery, just didn't have enough sense to know it. So 8 loads of coke from our factories and businesses, and found this mine here east of Duisburg. Duisburg, I know, is over here, and it'll be this guy right here. Yep, Mardmoller. We need lumber, meat, and beer, and we've got Mulheim here has a coke plant in it, right? So I think, and we've got this a colliery, which is actually taking up in Essen, the second business spot is a colliery there. It's the famous one they were talking about in the intro, I believe. Let's go hook up Mulheim. Did I put a station in there? I guess I didn't do that. I could have sworn I went like that. There. That's better. And let's run track over here. And we can run it. I think we could just, oh yeah, we got two over here. Never mind. We'll go like this. We'll come in like that and hook that in. And that. And that would be the right side. And then the other side would be here. Something wrong? Oh, it doesn't. I don't like this track I'm building at all. Let's try this again. Let's come off of this at speed and come down here like that. Make it straighter coming out of here. Ah. That's better. Give it switches and signals. And supplies. Yeah, we didn't pick up the other one. Let's give it supply. Let's do it like here. Okay. So there's a 500,000 bonus for that. And I think we're going to take that bonus and probably buy this coking plant right here, right? The coking plant takes coal, which we're producing over in Essen, and turns it into coke and tar. And we have to, a task to produce 8 coke. So we can just buy that right away and be done with it, so to speak. Now, 472, what are we on money? Oh, we never did even issue a bond. Well, bless us, one and all. Okay, let's get some money then. All right, let's go. I want to see first, I want to see research. I want to make sure that we got the one that gives you the bigger bonds. I think it's back in like right there. Yeah, we do have it. Good, good, good. So that should allow us to open a bond. And we wouldn't have to have $1 billion. We just need enough to get that 500,000. But I want some money to play with here. So with that research, we should be able to grab this one and then grab that one. Now, without the research, we'd have to grab this one and that one. So that research is worth a couple $100,000 for us. All right, so we grab that. Yep, we got another one going. Good deal. We got some money. All right, good. Let's see. Got that. Let's go on out here to this thing we have to found. This iron ore deal here at Mard Molar Station. And run that into Mulheim. And sort of double track it back, but not quite. Okay, and then I want to, we got the money. We can do it even without the bonus. We can just buy this coking plant, I'm hoping. Oh man, 815, are you kidding? A lot of money for a coking plant, but I don't want to wait for a business opportunity to put one in, you know? We need that $500,000 bonus, but we need it without. Oh, I know how we can do it. We'll create a line that goes this way. Goes from here to here. I was going to turn the coal off so we don't take coal out here and run up the price, but we'll just run it the opposite way. And when it clicks, we should be able to then turn around and buy it before it ever gets any coal. So let's run 1, 2, 3. Let's run. Let's run 4 trains, 357, 500, 350, 355. Yeah, we'd have enough. It'd be tight to buy it. And we'll back that off to 2 for a minute and make sure we can buy that thing. And go. And go. Oh, that's shipping coke anyway. I guess it had some to export. All right, we'll make money on it. So what? Make money for hauling it, I mean. And this should give us a bonus. There we go. Now we'll go back here and we will buy this guy. I doubt seriously will be bid against. Well, we don't even have competition, do we? Yeah, we do. See, look here. Here's there's Sparty, just as predicted, and look out here, the orange. It's Dortmund's Walter. Okay. So we've got our coke production started. We should have, and we've got the line. I think given that, we can bump this up now. Run some trains on it. And then we want to feed this. So the first thing we'll need is from lumber to here, running full. We need 8 lumber. So we're going to run a train full. It's going to go out there. And then the other thing it wanted, it wants beer and meat. So we can say, and we're not. I'd love to use a manual line, but we really can't. So we'll have a train here that minimum of 6 and a maximum of 6. And we'll turn those off, even though it doesn't matter. For beer, and we're going to run that, and then as soon as it fires up, we're going to copy it. There, we're going to copy it, put a train on it, and since we have some money, okay. Now we got that. Now we want a train that goes with some meat here to. Oh, think about this. Let's get that lumber train. Yeah, let's kill that one. Let's go find that train that was doing the lumber to here. All right, and we're going to edit it, and we're going to have it go back to Essen, and then go here with exactly 4 meat, so it can run down, deliver, come back, and grab the meat. Okay, so that'll get that going eventually. I don't know how much we've got to export. Yeah, we got some. You know what? I changed my mind because there's some there. I don't want to get in a situation where we can't quite get 4. So, where were you? This train going to Mardmoller. I'm going to edit it and take that off and confirm. And we're going to get a train right here, Essen to Mardmoller, minimum of 4. And I mean, the only thing, well, I could take that maybe. Minimum of 4, 1 train as soon as we have some money.
Coke production was running, But the coal from the Zollverein colliery
There,
alone
good,
was
good. We
not
got it right
enough.
away.
More mines were needed.
Now we unfortunately have to watch this. We have to watch this right here. Once he's empty. All right. I think the best thing to do is just kill him. We'll kill him, and we'll have to watch for the other two trains. Now let's see what have they done. All right, we've already produced our coke. Oh, look at this now. They're forcing us to buy coal business in Duisburg and to buy a coal business in Dortmund. All right, fine. I guess we'd like to run them all back to here. So I guess there's a colliery here, yeah. And it needs beer and meat. And we got meat, you got beer. We don't trust Barty to do anything, right? He's worthless for our purposes. So how do we attack this? I think we could do Duisburg first, and then we'll worry about getting over here to Dortmund and getting coal out of there and bringing it over somewhere. Really all the way to Mulheim would be one thing to do. Another thing to do, like I said, was, well, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if this is one hub, which it kind of isn't with the one city, one line, but if this is an important city, then the other important city is Dortmund. And in fact, it's actually larger than Essen in reality. Is there a place? Who needs coal? Yeah, see all these zeros? Nobody wants coal. Nobody except Mulheim. Mulheim wants coal. in our coking plant. Okay, fine. Now let me quit talking about this and go. What would it cost us to buy this? That's not bad. All right, we've got our factory, our coal producer here in Duisburg.
Careful. I hope this action was an accident.
Now, we want to run it to Mulheim. Yes, we'll just let's make this I think we'll start out with this just being a 2, so I made those ridiculously long. It needs to go over here. That's only 3 miles. All that track is only 3 miles. Okay. All right, so we go from Duisburg to Mueller, priority coal. And I'd like to have at least a couple of trains. Love to get one going. Just look at this. Now we have stock buying, but we're actually making some money. This is good. Teasing me. There we. I forgot. There, right there. And since this is a coal hauler, we're going to copy this instead of adding a line train to the line. We're going to copy the line as soon as we have the money. All right, good deal. So that should keep that production going in the coal because we're hauling it out. So there's enough room for it to produce more in its own on internal storage, right? So it's got plenty of room to produce. We can't afford to bump it up. I'd bump it up and make it finish faster, but we quite literally cannot afford that. Oh, we also got to hope. Oh, yeah. We're at the mercy of Barty here. It's either no beer. So it's not going to produce without beer. So the other thing we have to do, because we can't trust Barty to do a decent job.
Careful. You're
We're going to go up here.
You want a knuckle sandwich?
Next, the ore had to be burned in blast furnaces using coal to obtain raw iron. This served as the basic material for steel production.
Okay, that means we founded this. So I've got to find those trains that were on this line. They all got to go because they're all kind of, and I'm not even sure, saving them and repurposing them, I don't think that's the thing to do. So we're just going to delete all that. Now we've got this iron ore, but we actually have no place to put it yet. We need, you have coal goes to the coke. Then the coke goes to a pig iron, which takes coal and iron and makes pig iron. And the pig iron has to go to a steel mill, right? And they've already told us, look at this. We have to deliver pig iron to Oberhausen, and we have to produce steel in Oberhausen, right? Yes, that's right. Now, we've got some options here. We own this coal. We wouldn't have to. How big are you? Now, they're pretty good. If we could grow Mulheim, we could put pig iron here and put a steel mill in Oberhausen, grow it and put a steel mill in Oberhausen, and that would give us a lovely thing. That would be absolutely lovely. Could also contemplate buying the brewery. It's probably ridiculous. Yeah, it is. I think we'll grow. Let's grow. Let's go up here. We're gonna call it wrap it up here in a moment. But let's plan on doing this. And we need this anyway for that coal to actually be produced. Let's go down here. Bridges are cheaper than tunnels, always. I said that. Is that true? Yes, it is true. Okay. $776. Yep. All right, let's gather some funds.
Let everyone know there's a new train station in this town.
Where? Where did he go? Out here, I guess. Which we want to do as well here in a minute. All right. We got that. Let's double track this down to Duisburg. Give it switches, signals. Supply tower, and let's set up a line that runs from Oberhausen to Duisburg, and we're going to have it prioritize beer. Now, and of course, we could have gone way up here to get beer as well, but I think this will be the best way to do it. At least a couple of trains. We'd like to just get one started. We're scraping for money here, folks. There's 3 stars. And we can go out here. Oh, we're all the way out here. Wow. So 1870, which is not too long, we'll flip over into this area. And now I got to do this again. 1, 2, automatic, prioritize beer. Here we go. And then I gotta pause this a second. How big? Oh, I see where he put his station. He put his station in Mulheim. Huh. Can't say I totally appreciate that. Said we want to grow Mulheim, so let's put a, even though it's not growing yet, let's get a immigration office in there. And let's get one in Oberhausen because we want to grow it as well. It wouldn't hurt us to grow Duisburg as well. I mean, we're just helping Barty here, but he's, doesn't matter. All right. We maybe could put one here. Yeah. Put one in Gelsenkirchen. I thought we put one here. I could have sworn I put one in Essen. Oh, my word. Well, it doesn't matter. But there we go. All right. All right, so let's just see. All right, we're 7 of 10. So that beer is going to help us a ton with the coal in Duisburg. And pig iron and steel, I think our plan again is hit 40, put pig iron here, hit 40, put steel here, and we can run Mulheim to Oberhausen directly as well. And we'll keep these growing. We'll keep this going, if you will. So we'll set up how we're going to grow this, you know, and ignore what our buddy's doing because he's just no help. And we'll deal with all that in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you saw something that will help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe. And join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.